Vivian Blackwood froze when she saw the 5-year-old boy running toward a black man in a janitor's uniform at Chicago's most expensive private school, shouting, "Daddy, Daddy." This couldn't be the same baby she had abandoned with Thomas, her company's janitor, at a gas station 5 years ago. "Take him," she had said that rainy December night, pushing the baby into Thomas's chest. "I can't do this. My family can't know I had a child with." She drove away, leaving 28-year-old Thomas Williams standing in the rain with a child he barely knew. Thomas had worked as a janitor at Blackwood Industries for 3 years, invisible to people like Vivian until that night when he offered her a tissue after an argument with her fiancé. One thing led to another. 9 months later, there was a baby, and Vivian Blackwood, heir to a $500 million real estate empire, made the most cowardly decision of her life. Now, watching little Nathan run into Thomas's arms, Vivian noticed something shocking. The boy wore Wellington Academy's uniform, the same elite school she attended, and carried a leather backpack worth more than Thomas's monthly salary. But more striking was Thomas himself. His confident posture, the expensive watch, the BMW parked nearby. This wasn't the same shy janitor. "Dad, I got an A+ on my math test." Nathan showed a paper proudly. "I knew you could do it, champ. Let's go home. Your grandmother made chocolate cake." Vivian felt her chest tighten. How could a janitor afford $35,000 yearly tuition? As they walked toward the BMW, Thomas paused and looked directly at where she was hiding. Their eyes met, and she saw something chilling. Not surprise or fear, but the look of someone who had been waiting for exactly this moment. Vivian hired private investigator Marcus Chun. A week later, his report shattered her world. "Thomas Williams hasn't worked as a janitor for 3 years, Marcus explained. He owns TWW Solutions, a digital security consulting firm that made $2.8 million last year. He lives in an $850,000 house in Lincoln Park, drives a BMW, has $400,000 in savings, and a $180,000 college fund for Nathan." "That's impossible," Vivian gasped. "He also had a degree in computer science from Northwestern. He only worked as a janitor to care for his cancer-stricken mother. After she died 2 years ago, he used her inheritance as startup capital." Marcus hesitated before continuing. "He tried contacting you for 2 years after the abandonment. Sent letters, tried calling through your company. He wanted to formalize Nathan's situation, get child support, share responsibility. Your lawyers sent a cease and desist, threatening harassment charges." The memory hit her like a punch. She'd instructed her staff to block inappropriate people immediately. "He raised Nathan alone," Marcus said. "Worked 3 jobs, studied programming at night, walked the streets at 3 a.m. with a crying baby." Neighbors remember it vividly. Vivian felt guilt, but quickly replaced it with anger. Find something illegal. No one goes from janitor to millionaire in 3 years without getting their hands dirty. "Miss Blackwood, there's nothing illegal. Thomas built his company through hard work. He's admired in the community, mentors young black entrepreneurs, and Nathan is happy and well cared for." What Vivian didn't know was that Thomas had documented every blocked contact attempt, every intercepted letter, every threatening lawyer. For 5 years, he'd built not just a business, but a devastating dossier of parental neglect. His prosperous life included something that would horrify her: a loving wife, Diana, a pediatrician whom Nathan had called Mom, for 2 years. And as a digital security expert, Thomas monitored every move Vivian made, receiving automatic alerts. Whenever someone searched his name, "Honey, we need to talk," Thomas told Diana one evening. "Vivian Blackwood is investigating us." Diana frowned. "Why now, after 5 years? She saw me at Nathan's school and can't accept that I've thrived without her." Thomas showed her the folder he'd kept since the beginning, hundreds of pages documenting his attempts to contact Vivian, her orders to block him, the lawyers who threatened him. Diana also saw medical reports Thomas paid for, receipts for all of Nathan's expenses, photos of birthdays Vivian never attended. "She abandoned him completely," Diana whispered. "And now she wants back in." "Not to be his mother," Thomas corrected. "To destroy what we've built." Using his digital skills, Thomas had created a complete dossier on Vivian's life, every failed relationship, every questionable decision, every moment of instability. Most devastatingly, he discovered she had a pattern. 3 relationships in 5 years, all ending when men found out about Nathan. She consistently chose relationships over maternal responsibility. She doesn't want Nathan back to be his mother, Diana concluded. She wants to prove she can control him whenever she wants. 2 weeks later, Vivian filed for joint custody, claiming she'd been emotionally coerced into abandoning Nathan. Thomas's lawyer, Patricia Wong, smiled. In 20 years, I've never seen such a well-documented case of parental abandonment. During the hearing, Patricia presented 5 boxes of documentation covering every day of the past 5 years. She read aloud each of the 47 blocked contact attempts, watching Vivian's face pale with each one. Then Patricia played audio recordings of Vivian's conversations with her investigator, legally obtained through Thomas's security systems. Vivian's voice echoed through the courtroom. Find something I can use against him. There must be fraudulent scholarships, forged documents. No one goes from janitor to millionaire without cheating. The final blow came when Patricia revealed Vivian had given Nathan's social security number to a con artist she was dating, nearly making the child a victim of identity theft. Thomas finally spoke, his voice calm and devastating. Your Honor, for 5 years I offered Ms. Blackwood countless opportunities to be Nathan's mother. She consciously rejected them. Nathan now has a loving mother, Diana, who's been present for every moment that matters. You don't want to be Nathan's mother, he looked at Vivian. You want to prove you can control him when convenient. That's not maternal love, it's destructive narcissism. The judge's gavel fell with finality. Based on the evidence, I declare Ms. Blackwood voluntarily abandoned her son and demonstrated behavior that jeopardizes his well-being. Custody petition permanently denied. You were ordered to refrain from any future contact. Vivian collapsed, sobbing. Her wealthy family watched in horror as her secrets were exposed publicly. Her boyfriend had already ended things via text. That night, millionaire heiress attempts to destroy family she abandoned, headlined every Chicago newspaper. Thomas returned home where Nathan waited with a drawing of their family, Dad, Mom Diana, and himself, all smiling under a bright yellow sun. 3 weeks later, Thomas publicly donated $100,000 to a child protection foundation, on behalf of Nathan Williams and all children who deserve families who choose to stay. 2 years later, Nathan, now 7, presented a school project about his dad turning a small business into success. TWW Solutions had grown 400% after the case went public. Diana was 3 months pregnant. Nathan had asked to choose his little brother's name, wanting someone who's truly part of our family from the beginning. Vivian lived isolated in a modest apartment after losing her inheritance. Her family had disowned her. She tried emailing Thomas once, asking for just a photo of Nathan. The response was automatic. This address does not accept messages from blocked senders. Nathan never asked about her. When his teacher asked if he missed his biological mother, he replied, "You can't miss someone who was never there, right?" Thomas smiled, hugging his son. Family isn't who gave you DNA, champ. It's who chooses to stay when things get tough. Thomas's true revenge wasn't destroying Vivian. It was building a family so solid that she became completely unnecessary.